Beats Planet.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Lord, he the godfather of this
Let me
shit.
do the intro.
Everybody, like,
Wait a minute.
I can't speak
Y'all
on
shut. Wait a minute. Let me do
My bad, but
y'all motherfuckers out of here. Yo, salute to everybody that's tuning in, man. This is the roundtable. You know what I'm saying? You know how I feel. It's a lot of these tables that may happen to be round, spherical, of large circumference or whatever, but it ain't this. This is different. This is Voch Lombardi. This is QnA Media. This is Law Nation. This is Fuster King. And if Brian Broaddus want to get down, because I ain't seen him on Cowboys.com, he can come on this thing too.
They must have got my man out the paint.
Just like that. What's good, man? Hey, y'all, I don't know if y'all noticed, the listeners, the audience right now, but this is the first time we've had all four of us together at the same time. You know what I mean?
Hey, it's a beautiful thing, man. Listen, I'm honored to be with my guys back home. You feel me?
big facts.
Yes.
Anyway, we have a lot of topics to get into today, man. Koye said he want to shoot some shots. I'm giving him the floor if you want to go ahead and.
No, I ain't gonna do too much, man. Like
All
I
right,
said, because I don't want to hit nobody with no friendly fire. Because I know some of us are cool across the line with a lot of people, and ain't no real cross the line. We all Cowboys fans, so I will start by saying I respect anybody who bleed blue like us, and I do respect the notion. And imitation is the greatest form of flattery, so I do appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I will say that, but there is only one, like you just said in your intro, Voch. There is only one round table. Okay,
one.
you can have a square table, you can have a rectangle table.
Rhombus.
Yep, that's a lot of shapes out there. Octagons, you know what I'm saying? Go have us like Bubba from Forrest Gump, like you just said. We're gonna go down the list of different types of tables. But at the end of the day, there's only one round one. So, you know, we saw I'm not gonna mention no names out of respect for my brother on the line with me, but we saw another group who just did a roundtable discussion earlier this week, and it just made me say, let's get back to what we own and what we created, which is, you know, the official roundtable in the Cowboy Nation. So let's get back to it. And like I said, we appreciate the flattery, but you know, the main stays, the main four, we back, man. We here.
Hey, and let me add on to that.
Go ahead, brother.
One thing I love about being able to talk with my bros is, listen, at .com, they tell you what to talk about. Over here, nobody tell us what to talk about. You can't fire me, baby. You can't suspend me from my view.
Right.
You're right on the money.
With that said, we got a lot of topics to hit into. In particular, we got 5, and that's not a lot of topics, but we kind of got a lot that we got to cover a little bit. So we just kind of going to run this thing past each of us and just kind of cross that road. So let me just say this first, kind of set everything up. I would like to think that I'm the most optimistic of the crew. You know what I mean? When I watch a game, I see bad things happen. I try to keep it together. I try to be the man of the house and calm people down. My friends texting me, talking about some what the hell going on. I try to be positive. QnA Media, big fan of his, right? He's a little less optimistic than me, but he's still positive, right? He's still kicking people in the ass, but he's still much so optimistic. Brother Fuster King, I'm a big fan of him, but he's less optimistic than a QnA Media. He was sad. He didn't want to be here. He didn't want to talk Cowboys. He just wanted to go to bed that night. Meanwhile, Law Nation, big fan of him. He's burning the entire house down on his damn channel. Law Nation trying to get everybody up out the paint. So let me just start by asking this: what's the vibes right now on your team? Right, like what? How do you feel? Where are we at? Are you disappointed? Of course, we all disappointed, but give me a little bit of your thoughts right now. Foots, go first.
Well, this team, I know I'm actually, for once in the loss, I didn't feel too bad. I just saw a team that I took away from it, and what I highlighted on my channel was you just got beat at the point of attack. You just lost to a more physical team. That's just what I saw. It was one drive in particular that I've really, really been just harping on, and it was the drive after Dallas scored. They go down. Kirk Cousins throws the ball twice, and they literally run the ball from, I think, the 48 in. Just big dog runs. Dalvin Cook, Madison, Dalvin. They're playing with a fullback. He's digging.
You still got it going, Foots.
Foot.
We lost you.
But
My still think
Go ahead, Foot.
And remember.
All right, Law. Okay, cool. Law, tell us. Okay, Law. Tell us why you were burning down the house, brother. Law.
y'all couldn't hear me?
Okay, now we can hear you.
We'll let you bounce back on that one, though. What I was going to say is that
Lord, like I got this mic now.
I got the mic now.
Pass the
Foot.
sticks.
Oh,
And
my
that's my
bad,
guy,
dog.
Amari the Ferrari, man. I'm going to have to start using that in my films.
You good? Go ahead.
Here's the thing, though, Cowboy Nation. This is how I look at it. The Dallas Cowboys team, we are too talented to be where we at. Even Michael Irvin said it earlier today. He's saying that if you look at it across the board, we are the team that's 5-4. But you can look at what Mike Tomlin and all of those other boys are doing. They 5-4 as well. And they have even more of a horrible situation. And we have nobody injured right now. But I'm not trying to say I'm trying to compare apples to apples. But what I'm saying is with this particular team, I still have us going 10-6. I just look at it from here. If Jason Garrett continue to do the things that he's doing as it relates to coaching, I mean, not being able to call out his contemporaries, not being able to just step up and be out there. Trust me, we look at it from the aspect of what Jimmy Johnson did and all of the past other quarterbacks that played under Jimmy Johnson. And also, I guess you can say what Bill Parcells did when he had Tony Romo for that small little stretch of time, what he did with that. But what I'm saying is with this particular team, we got too much talent to be able to go into this playoff if we get there and fold up like a lawn chair. I just don't see us going farther than what we've been doing in the past years.
Okay, Law, let me ask you a question.
Talk to me.
And I've been pro Jason Garrett, so I kind of feel you on that, right? But I'm just talking about this season in particular, right? Now, if Jason can't get it done this season, push him off a bridge, do what you got to do. But how come we don't say these things about a team like San Francisco, who beats the hell out of regular teams, but they lose to Seattle, they give up fumbles, they start slow, they have turnover problems like that? Why don't we compare our team to some of those teams, the New England Patriots, who beat the shit out of regular teams, but they play the Ravens, they play other good teams. Like, this league is full of good teams, you know what I mean?
It's supposed to be filled with parity. Yes, I agree.
And when you play good teams, bad shit happen. I'm not saying it's acceptable. I'm not saying the coaching can't be held accountable because that's in my notes right now, and we gonna get there. But I'm just saying, like, why don't we look at our team and go, damn, man, the league tough. We just lost to a good team. How about next week?
Hey, Voch, can you hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, so I don't know what was going on with my connection or what, but that was kind of I don't feel bad after this game.
Okay.
Like, because what I said was you lost to a more physical team. And the drive, can you still hear me, Voch? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
the drive, I went into this whole thing about the drive after Dallas scored, that drive just let me know that the Vikings were going to they just were more physical. They threw the ball twice. They took the ball out of Kirk Cousins' hands and said, we're going to give Dalvin Cook the ball. We're going to dig your linebackers out of the C gap.
Sure.
And you know what I'm saying? So I'm with you. You just lost to a team that wanted it more than you that night. They were more physical. Football still.
Were they more physical or were they more prepared?
They were more physical, bro. Well, I saw a more physical team. Go watch 30 crunching 55.
When you have 10 men on the field and you're not refusing to call timeout and the guy gets up field and run 45 yards on you, is that physical or that's being not prepared?
We couldn't tackle Dalvin Cook all night.
I was like,
so you're gonna roll out 10 to tackle him? Huh?
No, I get you. Law. Whoa, timeout.
He said timeout.
Hold on. Voch is spot on, big bro. You could not tackle Dalvin Cook, bro.
Yeah.
Go watch what he did to Xavier Woods. It was bad, bro. he was running different. Bro,
That's because he was running full speed ahead because
yeah,
nobody
bro.
was slowing his ass down at the line of scrimmage. But you know,
Yeah.
it's all good.
Is that a
I get cursed out now because I done came at
hold on
the hope.
before you go in there, brother Okoye. Is Jaylon Smith not physical?
Hold on, time out, Law. We gonna get there.
If I'm just saying,
Law,
if
time
Jaylon
out.
Smith is not
Law.
filling his gap,
Wait a minute, time out, Law. We gonna
I
get there.
want to talk about it. Hey, I'm glad you brought him up.
We gonna get
Hold
there.
on.
We gonna get there.
Okay,
Hang tight.
go ahead, Law.
We
Go
gonna
ahead,
get there.
Bob.
I just want to know the
All
vibes
I'm
right
saying
now.
is this. Hey,
He be
Law.
like, go ahead. All I'm saying is, go ahead.
No, I got
say, motherfucker. Go ahead.
I gotta remember my
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey, look. Listen,
I miss y'all. Dog.
my intro is this right here, Law.
Yeah.
Me personally, I feel like they were just more physical than you.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
So Jaylon Smith cannot establish physicality.
Oh, he can.
We didn't say that. He just
Where
did.
did that question come from, though, Law? Like, you baiting with that one because it's not that we're saying he can't establish physicality. It's just that I'm not saying that at all. That's kind of a narrative that you brought up, but there is somebody who can establish physicality.
Hold on. I know where you're going. Okoye, stop it.
Wear a number 5 on
Okoye, stop it. I know where you're going.
Okay. I'm going to stop right there.
Let me do this.
We're going to get back to it a little later.
Wait a minute.
But do y'all want to know what the fuck I think about this loss or what?
Go ahead.
Can I talk?
Tell us
That's
that.
all I want.
Tell us
I'm just
that.
sitting patiently waiting like I'm on Dr. Phil. Bro.
Tell us that, please, sir.
Listen, man. It's bittersweet. That's what I'm going to say. All right? I'm going to preface it by saying bittersweet. The sweet part is Dak actually was playing pretty damn good, and he was roasting a secondary that ranks at the top of the league. So that says within itself that he has grown. That game showed that Dak has grown because he wasn't the problem for a change in a big game, right? Yeah. So I'll give him that. Give him that. You already know what the bitter is, but we're going to get to that part of it later. But I will say the reason that most Cowboy fans are pissed off to your question earlier when you were saying, why don't we treat the 49ers the way we treat the Cowboys right now? Why is that? Why do we get so much? How often you see the 49ers on FS1 or ESPN or Fox Sports, whatever? FS1 is Fox Sports. Yeah. Chris Carter, any of them. I don't know what channel Chris Carter on, but
he got fired.
Yeah, he got fired. Chris Carter got fired.
He didn't have a fall guy. He didn't have a fall.
He probably was drinking some of my punch. But anyway, yeah, like we don't see them on there. So at the end of the day, it's a lot of poison that comes from the media, and the media tells we are the only fan base that comes at our own team. We implode because the media gives you the narrative, and then we carry the narrative back like roaches carry poison back to their home, and they destroy their whole colony. We do the same thing. We carry the narrative that was given by people who don't even play fucking football and never played football and don't even understand football, and then they give us the narrative to keep asking questions and questioning ourselves, which creates dissension within not only our own fan base, but I think even in that Cowboys locker room as well. So that's why we are the ones who have that scrutiny. But there's 3 numbers that y'all need to pay attention to, man. 9, 8, and 8. All right. No, they don't make sense right now. But 9 is the amount of passing touchdowns we've given up this season. Mm-hmm. All right. 5 of them came to tight ends. 4 to wide receivers. For those of you who don't like Cheeto gave up 2 touchdowns. 1 to Robbie Anderson on that 92-yarder that you guys all remember, and it's a reason I bring that up. He gave up 1 to Lattimore against the Giants, 1-yard play. McLaurin got 1 against Byron Jones, and Richardson got 1 against Anthony Brown in the Washington game. Other than that, wide receivers have done fuckle against the Cowboys, right? 1 wide receiver has gone over 100 yards. That's Robbie Anderson.
So let's segue this then. Do you think we have a problem on defense? Like, give me some more then. Give me some more.
I did. I was the first to come out this week. I don't know if I was the first, but I know I came out pretty hard this week, even at Chris Richard. And I was saying, is he flying under the radar due to the fact that we give him so much fanfare, but these DBs have not progressed in the sense of turnovers. And that is true, right? Mm-hmm. But when you look at the stats since he came in to this fold into our team, like we have been shut down. Receivers have had nightmares against us, and so have opposing quarterbacks. We don't get roasted in the air that often, man. So what I will say is we are a better team than people give credit to. That first number was 9. That's the amount of passing touchdowns. The second number is 8. That's the amount of rushing touchdowns we gave up this entire season, right?
Mhm.
4 of them came to Aaron Jones in Green Bay. All right.
Mhm.
So when you look at those numbers that way, and we're more than halfway through the season, that lets you know how good our defense is actually playing. It's not a reach. That's really the truth.
I would listen to your show.
Well, one thing that Jaylon was saying that, or I think it was Byron Jones in his interview, is that we are not just getting enough turnovers and takeaways. We have been
that is the truth.
That's true.
If we can
That's
give
true.
this offense, that's why that's a perfect segue, Law, because that leads to the last 8.
But
The last 8 is the amount of points we lost by to the last to 3 teams.
Yeah.
Okay.
To the
Okay.
Jets, we lost by 2.
This is
To
working.
the Saints, we
I
lost
like
by 2.
this. I like
And Vikings,
this.
we lost by 2, bro. That's
So-
8 points.
So watch this,
8
brother
points.
Koye.
Well, no,
Watch
just
this.
with turnovers.
Watch
With
this.
turnovers, that's the difference between an 8-1 team. If we were plus in the turnover ratio, because we were minus in the turnover ratio and only lost by 4 points against 2 teams.
This
The
is-
Saints, we fumbled twice in the first half and lost by 2.
This
They
is-
didn't score a touchdown.
This is so fantastic. So
The
fantastic.
Jets, we couldn't do shit right in the first half
Right.
and lost by 2.
Right.
And missed the field goal on top of that, right? And Gallup couldn't catch shit.
Mhm.
So with a plus turnover ratio, we're an 8-1 team, our undefeated team. So it's bittersweet due to the fact that I think that our team now gets to fly under the radar because we look so beatable. But when you look at what we've done, not only statistically, but in these games, we've been in every game that we played this year. We know how to play football. We're just a young team that needs to learn how to finish. We're like Cubs that don't know how to kill yet. That's all. We good.
That's what I like to hear, brother Koye. I'm not ready to jump off the bandwagon. I'm not ready to panic. I'm not panicky guy, because the one thing I always say, man, I always keep going back to is once we get in the tournament, all this old shit ain't gonna matter. You know what I mean? All these old games that we played that we may have lost, that we, you know what I'm saying, may have won, as long as we in the damn tournament, none of that shit matters to you. So
Back to 0-0.
all we got to do is fix whatever issues we have, and we don't have a talent issue. We got a molding issue. We just gotta get the gumbo to cook all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever little problems that we have, they can be fixed. You know what I mean? And you know, by the time we get to the finishing product, we'll just be wherever we at. Foots, you got something?
No, I mean, Okoye gave some great numbers. Listen, that's
Great
why
numbers.
I said I'm not mad at this loss, and that's why I went to that drive. Law, you know, not to go back to that, not nitpicking, but I just think that, I mean, nobody's giving Mike Zimmer enough credit either.
Facts.
If we got to be honest, because he took the ball out of Kirk Cousins' hands.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying to you? He, it was our formation football, 5-hole, 3-hole, 2. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, Kirk didn't kill
we
you.
found the weakness. Yeah, and then even they went unbalanced one side, and they had 30 lead up through the other side. It was a nice zone run, and I'm just like, and even when you're talking about all the Kellen Moore praise, I don't like us running the ball so much out of a read. I don't. First of all,
They being too
Coaching,
cute.
I do not like running the ball. Exactly. It's so cute. I do not like running the ball out of shotgun. Even with my
He
kids.
do well out of it though. Zeke does
I
run
don't
well
not
out of the
against the
shotgun.
front, not against a front like Minnesota.
Oh
you're
yeah,
not.
no. With Minnesota, you got to bring your hard hat and just get ready, man.
Yeah, run. Zeke
Yeah.
is so much. Zeke is great,
Sure.
but he's so much better to me personally when he's running straight.
Sure.
And he can just vision, run with power, maul. If you want to get some counter tray in there and get Zach and those guys on the move, I get it. That's more the runs that I want to see. I can live losing like that. I don't like because another thing in the read, here's the problem. Dak didn't keep the ball at all.
True.
All right. So I went back and really watched that Baltimore New England game. The reason why they carved them up for 200 plus was that Lamar actually keeps the ball.
Sure.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no threat, so that outside linebacker doesn't have anything there's no eye candy.
Dak is an easier target than Lamar. That's why
Of course,
exactly.
no, of course.
But beyond that, though, the
That's
reason
my
that
point.
they was running that way though is because
But
they don't want to run right into the strength of. I understood what they were trying, but I agree with you. I agree that we should have went.
yeah, I mean, honestly, Okoye,
big.
This is actually like an issue all throughout football, and that's why teams who are running our formation all throughout high school, college, teams that can line up and run power are really beating the shit out of a lot of these teams.
Sure.
They're going
Because-
back to that Bill
Yeah.
Parcells.
Bruh, because defenses don't know how to defend it. They like, oh shit, somebody's coming right at me. You see what I'm saying?
Vander Snatch. What's it called?
Oh man.
Vander
Hey, look,
Snatch. That's a Netflix movie.
hey,
Vander
but
Snatch.
Law.
Yeah,
Then
talk
real
to me.
quick, just to answer your yes, Jaylon Smith is extremely physical. The problem is when you got a fullback like 30, this guy, listen,
Oh,
I
Ham.
was about
we
to
not
watch
gonna put Ham
that
on the pedestal.
Bama was crunching. Do you
He
hear
was
me?
crunching.
Yeah.
He was crunching. Yeah, but at the end of the day, man, listen, I done seen Jaylon take out guards, man.
Oh, fact.
Sure.
I done seen him take out guards and tackles. So I don't care about no Ham. You can't tell me
Yeah.
Ham is that much of a Ham. that you
If he
can't-
ain't healthy, man, sit him
We're
down.
not
You know
gonna
what I'm
mention.
saying?
We're gonna treat him like Voldemort. Ain't nobody gonna say his name like he's fucking Mike Allstott out here. He had fuck Ham. Excuse my friend.
Nah, I gotta disagree, bro. I don't know. I like it. I like to see good football. And he was carving our backers out of there. Now, if you're saying get you a D tackle in the middle, I agree.
Oh
with
man,
you
see
there.
that's what I was hoping you would do too. I was hoping you was gonna do that.
I'll give you that. I will. Hey, look.
Go
100,
ahead.
100. Because
Go ahead.
listen. The Tristan Hill experiment.
Oh fuck
You
him.
know, Voch.
Oh man, come on.
Can
now.
we stop
Tristan
this?
Hill
Come
not
on
even
now.
gonna play
Can we
this shit.
stop this shit?
Yeah.
Can we stop this shit right now?
But still,
Lord said, I ain't got time for that shit.
we still have to play lane discipline.
Hey,
though.
but hey,
We ain't
look,
playing
listen,
we on the
It's
same
been
page on that
10
shit.
weeks.
Here is the problem, man.
Uh-huh.
That y'all again, I gotta say this because I know y'all watch your film.
Mhm.
The majority of the tackles,
Can't
the
believe this.
majority of the solid tackles against Cook came from what unit?
The dang on secondary.
No.
D-line. D-line.
The front four did their
and
job.
no.
The front four
No.
did their job.
The front four,
D-line.
they was all over the place tackling this dude. So I will not have it. I will not have you sit here and denigrate our defensive tackles, man. Like Woods, Collins, D-Law, Quinn, they was balling, man. They was running around, chasing everything, and they was making tackles 20 yards up the field. Now, that's not what you want your defensive tackles doing,
Right.
but that just shows the hustle in their game. But when you have a stunting team, and I know we all know this,
Sure.
you have guys that are jumping in and out of gaps all day.
Yeah.
Now, if you get caught in one of those, you're going to be out of your lane, out of your gap, and somebody's job is to fill that gap, right?
Yeah,
When
they
you have
just gonna
line,
walk
now
you
it
down.
might be schematic or it might just be talent based, but when you have guys who cannot fill the way you're supposed to fill, when you have a lot linebackers, I know you coach foot, so when you choose
Yeah.
a side, what happens? You're gonna get taken and run out the play.
Sure.
And if you watch most of the big plays, you watch the big play with Madison. I ain't gonna say it because I know you saving them, but people who we will not name.
Well, let's do it right now then. Time out. Okay, watch
they're
this.
moving
Okay, time
Hey,
out.
look.
Of the
for
fucking
one-
way.
Let's do
On
this.
the phone.
Hey, we not arguing tonight because he at my wheelhouse.
Well, let's do
I ain't
this.
gonna lie to
Let's
you.
do this because watch this because I know exactly how.
You spot on, Okoye.
Okay,
I know
watch
where
this.
you're going.
Peep this
I
out.
got you now.
Peep this out. I have 5 players written down, right? And I'm gonna ask how y'all feel. Like, what's the vibes on these
I
guys,
like this
right?
game.
And I know exactly how y'all feel about each of these guys, but I'm the host and I'm supposed to know shit like this. You know? So I know exactly what I'm gonna get from you, okay? But I just want to go down this list real quick. This ain't got to be a long response. It ain't got to be like no rapid fire shit. But just tell me what you feel. First name is Dak Prescott. Law Nation. What do you think about Dak Prescott?
Gangster. That's the number one word right there.
When I was watching the game, man, I was like, bro, we need to pay Dak tomorrow. We need to, there's no more like last year there was this big fight amongst us, like not us four, but just the
Community.
you know what I'm saying? Like, do we keep Dak? Do we try to get somebody better? Man, I think there's no doubt right now that you keep Dak Prescott, and he's 25 years old, man. Brother Coy, what you think about Dak Prescott, man?
Man, I don't even want to follow law. I'm gonna just leave it on silent, man.
That's
You
it.
already know how I feel now.
That's
Like
it.
honestly, you just said it. Last year we had a war. If you was mentioning the war about Dak, you know you talk about me, man. I still got videos up, denigrating young boy. And I went back and watched one of them today just to hear it. And I'm like, well, goddamn.
I said that.
Yeah. Yesterday seemed like a long time ago, man. But he's done a lot. Like, yo, I'll give you this. I would have been
go through
happy.
everything.
Listen.
Okoye, you deserve us. Go through everything. Progression.
Listen.
Footwork.
I would have
Go
been
through it.
happy if Dak would have learned to do one thing that I was complaining about last year, and then just added something else to the repertoire as years go on. I would have been happy if you'd just said, okay, Dak's learning to get through his progressions and read the entire field now instead of reading half the field like he was before. I would have been happy with just that this year. Even if he was throwing interceptions, I would have been happy with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Dak, not only has he gotten over the progression hump, not only has he gotten over the accuracy, his accuracy issues, which were coming from his mechanics, which were bad mechanics, but he actually went viral for his new routine, I guess. I don't know if it's new or not, but his hip opening mechanics routine or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But not only has he done that, but as far as being a leader in the ring, a field general, like I did a field general series too, and a lot of people came at me for about quarterbacks in the NFC East.
Mm-hmm.
But Dak is now arguably one of I would say number 2 or 3 quarterback in the NFC. Period. And I would say Russell Wilson got to get number 1 for that. But
I think he's about top 6 altogether. Though. I think he's top 6 in the whole league or so, like top 6 or 7 or something like that.
But that's the point. I would curse you out for even uttering 6 a year ago.
Sure.
So if you want to argue that, I won't even fight it. So Dak has done so much in 1 year that I got to give him his credit. I got to give him his credit. So that's how I feel about Dak. But perfect word to sum all that up, though. Yeah. Like you said, law gangster, man. I'll give you that.
Fush, you had something?
I mean, I would just say, I'm big on body languages. Koya, you work with boxers. Voch, you've coached. I'm coaching now. Just won a chip. I'm on a high right now.
Salute to
and
you.
Just the guy's body language, even in a loss, like. He's unrattable. I mean, you can't rattle the kid, the guy, the man, whatever. And it's special to watch. You see all these quarterbacks falling apart. The first thing is they just look like they got a black cloud over them.
Like Miss Trubisky.
I'm gonna tell you another one is Baker Mayfield. He just can't handle really what's going on. And another thing just to add on is I really love the way he's calling out protections. And how he's a student and he knows what's going on and this, that, and the third. But yeah, man, I mean, I have nothing bad to say about him. His game was spot. He played really well.
How about this then? My second player, Michael Bennett. Foots, go ahead and give me a little bit on that.
He's an intelligent defensive lineman.
Mm-hmm.
Like he is a smart defensive lineman. With his run, especially with his run fit, and that's what I knew he would be for this team.
Sure.
Use him as a pitch hitter. I like the Michael Bennett pickup when we make this run because I kind of like what Okoye is saying as far as being able to just kind of fly under this radar now. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, the Cowboys have everything, and I did a video on it early. The Cowboys have everything you need to beat teams like the Patriots. I'm telling you. They really do. It's just little things that got to be cleaned up, but it's good. And having Bennett, and somebody said in the comments, and they're spot on, having his vibe around, his attitude.
Sure,
I like it. It's great having Bennett around.
Koya,
Michael Bennett, man, is I'll call him Tank 2.0, because he can do a little bit of everything, and it's a few things though. It's a loaded answer on this because it's not just about Bennett. You brought up something that you said we can beat a team like the Patriots. He's coming from the Patriots, and he has a few things that I do like. Like I said, Cowboys had a problem for most of the Cowboys fans. Notice like our gift is our curse. Law, you notice too. We like to home grow our players. Lately we've been home growing. So think about it. Our veterans on the team, although they are vets, they have seen some shit in the league. Yeah. They haven't experienced a lot of success. Witten, Lee, they haven't gone very far. They've gone far in the playoffs, but they haven't gone to Super Bowls or anything like that. So bringing in a guy like Bennett that's been there, been in the big games, his understands this scheme, but has also been in different winning locker rooms. He understands more about winning culture than most of these guys in this locker room right now. So that's what he means more so than what he can do on the field. But the other thing that he does, he replaces what Crawford gave us, which is a hustle guy that can play in multiple positions, but that also is a spark for those younger guys that just that need a spell or just need some tutelage. So I'm happy to have the dude here. I like Michael Bennett a lot, and I think it might be like a Giants effect, but when you bring up beating a team like the Patriots, I think that game is going to be a litmus test for us. And I'll say this now: it doesn't matter if we win. All right. What matters, because remember the Giants played them last game of the season when they were like 9-7, when they actually saw them again in the Super Bowl, right? Just the fact that they were able to keep up with a team that was the number one or supposed number one team in the league gave them the confidence throughout the playoffs that they can beat anybody, right?
Sure.
And I think depending on how we play the Patriots when we see them, that might be the spark that get these Cubs, woke enough to be able to kind of own the throne moving forward. So I'm looking forward to that game. That's the one game I got circled on the schedule, because that's going to tell us what we have, and it's also going to wake our guys up. If we don't get railroaded in that game and just roasted, I think you'll start seeing the better version of the Cowboys, because it's a gift and a curse when you play teams that are subpar. When you play subpar teams, you get some confidence if you're ignorant and gullible. You get some confidence from it. Just like when you beat a fighter that can't fight, you're going to get some confidence from it. But when you play well against someone that you respect and someone that can bring ass to the party, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. It's, even if you lose, you feel a lot more confident. Like if you go 12 rounds with Tyson, and don't get knocked out, you feel some type of way about it afterward, even if you lose. So I'm not trying to set up the moral victory early, even though that's what it sounds like. But that game is definitely going to be a spark one way or the other for this team. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, Michael Bennett having been in that locker room is an edge that we need, even if he doesn't even see the field that week. It's an edge that we need because he understands the Patriots, and there's some bad blood there from what I hear.
So watch this though. I normally don't like to pat myself on the back. I normally don't. This isn't something that I do to be pat on the back. You know what I mean? I don't need all that. But I was attacked by Cowboy Nation. Let me just pat myself on the back. I was attacked by Cowboy Nation. Before Voch was Cowboy film guy, I was draft guy. I'm still also draft guy. When I was watching film, I did my film video on Leighton Vander Esch. I said the following things. I said, okay, he's big. Oh, I said he can run, but then I said, I said when he got to deal with blocks and when he got to deal with trash, you gonna run into some issues. However, if he runs free, he'll be fine.
Right.
Now, Leighton Vander Esch has this meteoric rookie year. Everybody waving their finger at Voch Lombardi. You're moving with your uncle and auntie in Bel Air, finger wave at Voch Lombardi. Oh, Voch, you should be ashamed of yourself. Oh, Voch, look at Leighton Vander Esch. Oh, Voch, he's Brian Urlacher. I'm like, he's not Brian Urlacher. But, oh, wait a minute, Voch, don't you see him tackling Voch? You see him? Now, in 2019, I'm looking at the Twitter machine, and Foots the King got something to say about Leighton Vander Esch. And I say, well, that's problematic. I look on the YouTube, Okoye Media dropped a whole video on Leighton Vander Esch. I say, that's problematic. I would go to the house to see what Law Nation is saying, but he's burnt the house down. Fellas, can y'all say something about Leighton Vander Esch? Because I was attacked by Cowboy Nation in 2000, whenever the hell we drafted him.
They forced me to say, hey, I apologize to Voch.
They definitely forced me.
They forced me to say I apologize to LVE.
Don't apologize to me. I was just attacked.
But the scouting report still remains the same, Foots. And
hold on.
Report, he still have trouble disengaging, and he doesn't have the strength at the point of contact.
But then watch this though. Wait a minute, two comments right now in the chat box, right? Cleveland Brown was like, "Yo, Voch, I thought you not. I told you so, guy. I'm not, but y'all attacked me. Shut up." Wait a minute, Foot, stop it. I'm gonna stop it. And then
really
DK,
you really my man, $100,000, cause me and you sat at the draft.
Wait a minute,
and we said these same things.
And then wait a minute, time out first.
Hold on. Wait,
one more.
Okay, you got it. Go ahead, Voch.
And then look, DK Andrews, right? He was like, but yo, Voch, he got 140 tackles though. What that got to do with what I'm saying?
Oh, they keep brooking.
What they got to do with what I'm saying?
I'm glad you brought up the tackle number 2, because my dude.
Now,
if you're not playing, so again, going to coaching clinics, going to just understand the game. And most Cowboys, most of the time, are in a 4-2-5 look, depending on whatever else the fronts or the personnel, Jordan Lewis or not. But there's a forced player, all right. A forced player, his job is to do what I was saying with Ham, the fullback. You have to force the play back in or force the play a certain way. And Chris Collinsworth did a good job of painting out how Ham was basically. If Leighton Vander Esch is getting blown off the ball 4 yards in the back, basically getting met 4 yards on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage, well, that's gonna be a positive run. You see what I'm saying?
Because he didn't meet the guy in the gap.
Well, let me ask you this, Foots, before you go through your wonderful soliloquy. Here's the thing.
Soliloquy. I love that word.
Hey, but Foots, if you look at it like this, we know the previous game, Sean Lee showed his ass off, right?
Sure.
I think that Sean Lee is a brain out there. So if you was to take Sean Lee and say, okay, Sean, we're not going to even put LVE out here at all, do we have a better approach to this game?
Yes.
Or this previous game?
Yes.
If LVE never showed up and
yes.
Sean Lee played the entire game,
yes,
it was just Sean Lee and Jaylon.
Well, so that's for me, right, Law?
Okoye got the answer to all this.
Yes.
Well, okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna say yes, and I'm gonna say, see, Sean wins with anticipation. I said anticipation.
Wake up, man.
Before you go, ain't no way Ham is gonna peel him up out of there. I can guarantee you that.
Because Sean will be there. He'll be there so quick. I actually have a couple kids on my team that I struggle with. That is when you see it, you got to go. And Sean, I mean, even a couple of those screen passes, Sean would have sniffed it.
Yo, you on fire right now, Foot. I'm writing notes right now. When you said see it go,
talk to him.
I already know what the fuck you talking about, bro. Go ahead.
Listen, hey, Okoye, you remember that Eagles game when he literally like took over the game against DeMarco Murray? I mean, it was amazing. Yeah. He was just coming untouched. And that's how Sean wins. And, going back to Voch's point, Voch was spot on about some of these issues that LVE is dealing with right now. Yeah, in Law, let me say this too. Jaylon Smith is physical. He's way more physical. So I'm not coming at Jaylon Smith. Jaylon, my dog, period. Plays with the attitude we need. But yes, LVE it's two plays Voch just needs to break it down. Dog, he got it. It was bad. So all that weight and when he's good, he's good. Mm-hmm. But it bothered me. But it was the physicalness. It's the physicalness to me.
Now, Brother Okoye, because I'm a huge fan of his. I'm fans of all y'all. Brother Okoye, said something that I thought was interesting, and I was kind of on board with him too. Let's leave Sean Lee on the field at will, and let's put Vander Esch at Sam linebacker.
Voch. Go ahead, take the floor, Voch. You motherfucker, you get him.
I was like, I'm just saying, Vander Esch, if he had when I say he has problems dealing with blocks, he's a big boy. But when he deals with blocks, he doesn't deal with them properly. Like, I remember I was watching film on Miles Jack a long time ago. When he dealt with blocks in the gap he was assigned to deal with the blocks in. So his gap integrity was still what it was. Like, he dealt with his run fix. He'll get blocked, but he still had a good run fit. When Vander Esch deals with blocks, he runs himself out of the play. So my notion, if Vander Esch is going to be big, he ain't got to be able to deal with blocks well, but just be in the gap already. So put him at Sam, put him at the point of attack. like put him at where the play should be going anyway. And let Sean Lee be the guy that reads and run free, because Sean Lee's gonna make a lot less mistakes than Vander Esch will. You know what I mean? But you need Vander Esch's athleticism out there. So let Vander Esch run around, let him be sideline guy, but let him take point. Let him be the guy that takes on these pullers, that takes on these fullbacks. He'll get less tackles, but he'll be out of position less because he has to travel less. You see what I'm saying?
And a good case in point what Voch Lombardi is talking about, Cowboy Nation. Voch Lombardi always bring the party. Here's the thing. When the Sean Lee was versus Rudolph, that wouldn't have happened if LVE was being able to cover Rudolph, you see. And that's what Voch is talking about. Sean Lee's ability is to corral and chase and also to hit up field.
Hold on now, Law. Hold on now, Law.
I think that
because Lee can cover. Now Lee was a coverage linebacker. Lee can cover. He got beat against Rudolph because Rudolph just extended a play on that first one. Second one, whatever. But that first one though, I don't really discredit him that much on that.
And honestly, LVE wouldn't have got there.
Did you see Dallas Goedert's what was it? Was it 18? A 38 yarder against LVE? That was against LVE, wasn't it? Didn't we give up 5 touchdowns to tight ends? I think Sean Lee was on the bench during all those. So I mean, I'm just saying.
How about this though? Wait a minute. You want to know somebody else who was on the bench after all this mess, after all this debacle? Jeff Heath. Jeff Heath was on the bench when the Cowboys got their ass tore up.
I see you though. But let me. Can I answer on LB or do I don't get to talk about him because I made a video?
Go ahead, my guy. Go ahead. And look, but please, everybody, go and watch that video. Okoye Media. What's the name of the video? The Vander Esch video?
Shameless plug.
The damn Vander Esch video is very insightful. Go watch it.
Hey, whatever it is, go to my channel and look for LB. I don't know. I don't got no naming conventions. I just be saying shit. But
go ahead.
Listen, I'm glad you brought that up because the light at the end of the tunnel for everybody who actually loves LVE is he is 6'5", he is 260, he does run like a deer, and he doesn't have a good football IQ, right? So again, I agree with you, Voch. Make him the battering ram because the only time I see him play the run well is when he just runs downhill and decides that he's gonna get some action this play, and because he's asked to. When he's asked to assess. What I was talking about when you said he hesitates foot on that screen pass, the one to the left, you see him. He saw it. He saw it. He went to come downhill and then he skipped for no reason backwards. But he saw it before the play started, and then he kind of floated over the top of the blockers instead of just coming down and reacting to what he already saw. If you know you're not covering any receivers behind you, why not just come down, even if you're wrong? Come down and go at and converge on the running back and make him make a decision when he catches the ball rather than just, beeline and straight up the field. D-Law had to catch that ball up the field because Vander Esch just walked out of. He gave himself to the blockers and let them walk him out of bounds. Okay, even if you chop the blockers down, if he would have chopped all 3 of them or chopped till 2 guys down by just hitting them in their knees, that would have created a log jam enough for him to at least only have gained 10 yards, 15 yards rather than 20, 30 yards, right? So either way, if you play it just by chopping them, that's bad football, but it's good enough. If you come down and converge on it, that's how you're supposed to assess that. The reason I bring Sean Lee up, because a lot of you are beating Sean Lee up too, saying, he wasn't playing good this year. I see people in my comments saying that he's been missing tackles. It's all irrelevant. The only relevant game that you can assess Sean Lee in this season is against the Giants. And the reason being, it's the only game he was actually playing at the wheel. And when he played at the wheel this year, he played like the Sean Lee of old. Okay. Every other game, he's asked to be the battering ram. And Sean Lee, with the injuries that he has and the age that he has, should not be the Sam on anybody's team, period, or the middle linebacker, right? So when you ask Sean Lee to come in and give himself up to force things back to the young pups got to eat. If they don't eat, put his ass back over there and let. I'm not even saying bench LVE because he does play well against the pass. He's big, he can move. All right, and he played 8-on-8 football, so he understands space for a big guy better than most big guys. I give him his credit where credit is due. But when it comes to the run, he doesn't know what he's looking at because he's not used to looking at it. All right, so at the end of the day, just tell him if you see run or if you think it's run, put him on the strong side, let him guard tight ends, and then run down there and make some noise. You ain't even got to make the play. Just force the cutback, and Lee and Jaylon gonna clean that up. And Jaylon seems to play better when Lee is in at the wheel because Lee, he knows he got Lee to back up any mistake he makes, so he can just go. But when Jaylon is playing with LVE, he is now the veteran. So he has to clean up what the young pup doesn't. And when you got this kid jumping into his gap, and I'm not saying Jalen's a saint. Jaylon been playing a little bit different this year too. But since the Eagles game, Jaylon actually been making plays. Even before that, he was making plays. But he was doing a lot of reaching in the beginning of the year, and I thought he was hurt. Lately, Jaylon been playing a lot better. But when he plays with Sean Lee, he goes because he knows Sean Lee going to clean up his mess. He know that. So he could just go. He don't got to think about what he's doing. When he got
Jaylon
LV
not
out,
ready yet.
Jaylon is not. Well, nobody will say Jaylon is ready yet cerebrally. Jaylon is a young dude. Jaylon is relying right now on his athleticism. So when he comes downhill, he'll make some noise. He gonna make plays because he's fast, he's strong, and he's crazy. So he's gonna make plays anyway. He's forcing a lot of fumbles. Sure. But what you don't see is Jaylon doing like those plays where you're like, don't run that. Like D-Law, if you try to run the ball to the left side of this defense, D-Law gonna crush that shit and say, don't do that shit. It's Matumbo all day. Don't do that over here, bro. Right. Run that shit over there. I'll wait till I'm tired and then run it over here. And Hyder gonna miss him, but don't run that shit when I'm in here. So Jaylon don't got that. It's not like don't run it up here. He not on. I'm saying this right now. He's not Bobby Wagner yet.
You sounded like you want to put a lead back at Mike and then just slide Jaylon at
No. Because the Mike in this defense is still asked to plug gaps with aggression. So no, you need a big guy. You need a psycho. We need a psycho at the mic the way we play. We need a Bobby Wagner type prototypical linebacker. Right. But that cleanup crew, that cleanup little guy that can cover, that can ski. Joe Thomas and Sean Lee, the reason they're having problems this year getting Joe Thomas on the field, Sean Lee on the field, and we have a problem with LVE is because all three of those guys are suited to play the same position. LVE is actually the log jam there because he's not suited to play Will. I don't even know why the fuck we keep saying that. He is not a Will linebacker. He is a Sam linebacker the way he plays because he doesn't have a football IQ as far as run fits, period. He doesn't know what to do. It is
this
not
the best show in the business.
No, it's not about ability. He has the size. He has the strength. Because when you watch the Rams game, if you watch the first run of the game in the Rams game, he came down and a guard pulled and tried to get in front of his head. Leighton Vander Esch came downhill and pancaked the shit out of a guard like it was nothing. Nothing. It was like throwing a baby. He's strong as shit. He's like baby Huey strong.
Why would you throw a baby? Why would you throw a baby? Why would you do that?
He doesn't know what he's doing.
What are you doing? Why would you throw a baby?
He don't know what he's doing. He don't know what he's doing.
In honor of YouTube, telling us, are we a kid channel or no kid channel?
Hell
We're
no.
not homing no baby.
No, Baby Huey was that big dude off of Animaniacs. He was big as shit with Pampers on, but he was strong. And the motherfucker, you don't remember him? Like George from Mice and Men.
Algorithm gonna
too strong for his own.
Baby.
I tell you
Baby
what,
Huey.
man.
That's all. I ain't mean nothing by it.
I tell you what, man. DallasCowboys.com better hurry up and see what's going on with Brian Broaddus, because if not, they in trouble. We the best in the biz. I'm not gonna.
We already the best in the business. I respect Brian Broaddus because you told me to.
We're gonna get him over here. Let's move on though. Fantastic talk though. Let's start with brother Foots. Foots, talk to me about Amari Cooper.
Man,
Amari,
I got an argument. He the best receiver in the league.
I'm sorry, say what?
Targets he get.
I'm sorry, say what's that again? What was that?
I got an argument. He the best receiver in the league, bro.
Damn.
That's just me. I love Amari Cooper, bro.
I mean, you gonna tell us why?
I mean,
All you got to do is take a picture of his toe tap swag. Like,
there you go, right there. He's always where he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I mean, what else can I say? He's always where he's supposed to be. His hands have actually really improved. His hands have improved. You know, early on, his Oakland days, he dropped the ball a lot. I mean, he's just top-notch speed. I mean, what? Come on, Voch. You do the cut-ups. You know what time it is. Like I said, definitely top 5 receiver this year.
Yeah, man.
And I can make an argument top 1, especially, you know, the Saints force feed Michael Thomas. Dallas don't force feed Amari Cooper like they should, but you know, that's another conversation. We could be here all night.
He's currently my favorite Cowboy, man. Like everything he does has a reason to it. All the small, I love nuance, man. And even the smallest of new. I think I've done the most film sessions on damn Amari Cooper because he's so technical, man. And I actually looked into the research, man. A lot of people was talking about, Coop could be top 5, but his drops or whatever. Well, Coop has 4 drops this year. Nuke Hopkins has, I think, 4 drops this year. Stephon Diggs may have like 3 or something like that. And this was like last week when I checked. Julio Jones got like 3.
Oh, you know what this sound like? Oh shit, you know what you sound like, Voch?
Like
What
one of
he
the
sound
best.
like?
He's-
Oh shit!
Don't say it.
Go ahead,
Don't
keep talking
say
about
it.
them drops, man. Come on, man.
Odell Beckham got
Listen,
like
Make that drop.
Okoye is ready. Okoye is ready.
Beckham got
Come
like
on.
4 drops or
on,
something
bro.
like that. You know what I'm saying? So
3-letter word that all you know.
go ahead.
Y'all already know.
Go ahead. What you got?
I ain't gonna say it.
Say it, please.
I'm gonna let Coop have his shine. No, listen, on some real shit. I agree with your assessment, Foots. The reason I agree with it though is not due to talent, because I think I do give Antonio Brown his credit for what he's done in this league.
He ain't
I
here.
give Odell his credit for what he's done in this league. I give Julio his credit for what he does in this league. Julio and Cooper though they share a quality that I respect, right?
Okay.
And that's they come with a hard hat ready to work.
Yeah.
Coop is a stone cold fucking clinical assassin, mental, cerebral, and he don't got no emotions, man. He don't care to celebrate.
Yeah.
He don't talk no shit. When you look at him on the sideline, he always look like somebody stole his bike. But then he go out there and he bust somebody's ass. He like a Ferrari. He'll fucking stub his toe. He sit out 4 or 5 plays, then come back, toe tap swag. So it's like, for me, Coop, I give it to him. Best wide receiver in the league, because he don't come with all the other bullshit, the off field bullshit that the other guys come with. Him and Julio Jones, I will get at too. Dez, I think Dez got a bad rap for his mouth. He wasn't half as bad as Antonio Brown or OBJ. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
you know, now I'm glad people get to see what the hell I was talking about with those two. But I do agree with you though. Coop, at the beginning of the year, I would have said he was the best route runner that I've seen in the league in a long time, minus Emmanuel Sanders. Now, 100%. I don't give a fuck about them drops, man. 100%.
Fuck them drops.
I never did. You wide receiver. If you throw enough painting against the wall, something gonna stick. You throw enough balls at somebody, he gonna drop something. So wide receiver dropping some passes when he's getting fed the ball, I mean, it's gonna happen. So I'm not worried about that. Everybody don't got those types of hands. But the wide receiver's job is not only to catch the ball, but it's to create separation, and he is a beast at that. So, and then as far as his awareness of where he is on the field, and just being prepared for games, assessing who he's playing against, I haven't seen a corner that he couldn't roast. Period. Even Hughes, I give Hughes his credit. This game was the best I've seen anybody play him all year.
Yeah.
Hughes played him well.
And that wasn't
even when
enough.
he wasn't open, Dak was throwing the ball 3 yards out of bounds. He did it twice.
Lattimore played him well.
Yeah.
Lattimore did
Lattimore.
But see, my only thing with Lattimore is that the officials didn't let them boys play.
Yeah.
True.
The officials didn't let them play. I'm talking about on both sides of it. Just let them play.
Yeah, he was they called pass interference on Coop a couple times that game. Twice, I think.
So I got one more player, and then I got one real quick fast topic, because we're gonna get Brother Foots up out of here. We're gonna wrap up. Just one more player. I just need y'all opinion on. The Dallas Cowboy community seems to be in upheaval about Ezekiel Elliott. First of all, let me say this: Zeke ain't fat. Quit saying that dumb shit. He's not fat. But everything else, we can kind of have a conversation about that. Let's start with Brother Law Nation. Talk to us about Zeke Elliott, man. Where you at?
All right. So this is where I stand. A lot of people think that I'm hating Ezekiel, the main man.
You was burning the house down, Law. You was burning the house down.
What I'm saying is that even in my videos, I'm saying that Ezekiel Elliott, is he elite? I'm gonna ask you guys that before I go into the details. Do you think Ezekiel Elliott is elite? Is he still elite?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Okoye, is he elite?
Who, Zeke?
Yeah, is Zeke still elite?
Man, didn't we just give him $50 million?
All right.
That motherfucker better be elite. That's all that. Yeah.
He better be elite.
If he ain't elite, he better lie about it.
He better say, "Hey, I'm still elite." I think that he's still above average. I don't think.
Oh goodness, Lord. Lawrence.
Hold on.
Didn't I tell y'all?
Hold on. Before
Didn't I tell y'all?
Out of me, but let me defend myself.
Didn't I tell y'all he burnt the house down,
Let me
y'all?
talk about this.
Now we ain't got nowhere to stay. Now we ain't got nowhere to live because he burned the house down. See what I'm saying?
I'm burning down the house, but everybody know I still love him. You see what I'm saying? We said that Dak Prescott.
Hold on.
Let him talk. Go ahead.
Let me get him, McCoy. Let me get him.
Prove it with the film. Prove it with the film. But what I'm going to say is this right here. When we talked about Dak Prescott, I heard you say this, Okoye, that he had to have everything perfect in order for him to pass the game, in order for him to win.
Right.
Right or wrong?
Very true.
Cowboy Nation, for those that's in everybody's in the chat box, they said that Ezekiel Elliott, he don't need everything to be perfect. When you talking about elite, you don't need everything. That Barry Sanders had to have everything that's perfect.
Coming off 300-yard games though, Law.
Come on now, what I'm
Zeke-
talking about? Do the
Zeke
offensive
led
line
the
have to
league
box
in
perfect
rushing.
for Ezekiel Elliott?
Zeke
Hold on,
led
let
the
me-
league in
let me-
rushing with damn Suafilo and
Hey, hold on, let me
Joe
jump in
Looney.
this.
Like
Let
third
me
in the
jump in
league.
this. Let
Third
me
in
jump
the
in
league
this.
rushing, Law.
Let me jump in this.
Go
'Cause
ahead.
I had a really good debate with a couple people who try to throw a bunch of running backs at me. So the running back position, I'm really, really big on body of work. And you're looking at guys, first of all of these. So Christian McCaffrey right now, we could probably between him and Dalvin's leading the league in rushing. Either
Right.
him or McCaffrey is really close. I think they're like 2 yards off. Zeke's done that his first 3 years in the league, and it's
True.
not even been close.
Right.
It hasn't been close,
Right.
right? So that's one. He's done that against 8-man boxes. The first
Did
two.
he have 8-man boxes this last
Oh
game?
man, listen,
I'm-
man.
hold on,
I'm gonna get you, Law. I
I'm not
got you
gonna
already
sit
to put
here.
yourself in
Hey,
it. Now I
I'm
got
not
you.
gonna sit
I
here
got
and
you
take
now.
this.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna leave some meat on the
I got
bone.
it.
Hey,
I
I'ma
got
leave
it.
some
You
meat
just
on the
said
bone
it.
for
I
me,
got it.
baby.
I'm glad he said it.
But hold on, baby. Let me say this. I'm not calling Ezekiel the main man
Nope,
Elliott
nope.
trash.
I'm
No,
not
it's
I
a
don't want
trash.
people to
It's
say
it's
that.
an easy
I'm not saying that he's
explanation for that
horrible.
though. But I got it. Go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna
People saying
I'm not gonna
explosive
be
too.
here long. I'm not gonna be here long. Here's the biggest thing. So I thought that he had, what game was it?
I can't believe this.
New
Cannot
Orleans.
believe
New
it.
Orleans Law. I'm gonna give you New Orleans. He popped 100 against the Jets, but I didn't like the way I went off on him against the Jets. I went crazy
True.
because I did not like his pop. I didn't like his juice or his vision. New Orleans, the same thing, although they have a really good defense. The Jets defense is feisty, but he left yardage out there. However, the Philly game showed me a lot when it comes to Zeke being back and Zeke really running the ball hard. This last game, I'm glad you brought that up. 47 rushing yards, the whole 9. However, he was seeing 10-man fronts, dog. When I tell you, Mike Zimmer used all his resources to stop Ezekiel Elliott.
Harrison Smith walked down every play.
Bruh, and
Yeah.
Harrison Smith is a Pro Bowl safety.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorite players in the league, Notre Dame. So I'm not saying right now he's not leading the league in rushing. I guarantee by week 17, he's going to be top 5, probably top 3 in rushing. I guarantee it.
He already
Zeke is still an
top
elite
3.
player. Okoye, you got it.
No, he already top 3.
Go ahead.
But what I'll say is this.
He's
man.
top 6.
Okay, listen.
Rushing,
How
he's
many
not
times has
top
Aaron
3.
Rodgers? It's a trick question. How many times has Aaron Rodgers had a number 1 rusher in the league?
Never.
How many times?
Probably never.
Never.
Probably never. Because why? Because why? Why?
Because he audible out of everything like a retard.
No, that's not why. That's not why. That's not why.
Aaron
This is why.
Jones, hold on real quick.
Go ahead.
That Seattle game last year, Aaron Jones getting 6 a pop, and they lost.
You
Aaron
know what
Rodgers
doesn't
cared about
happen?
winning.
You know what doesn't happen when you got a quarterback who's actually throwing the ball well? There's 2 reasons why your running back suffers. One, because you're moving up the field a lot quicker. You're scoring a lot quicker. You're scoring from further out, right? That's one. So some of that yardage is missed on Zeke's part. This game, yeah, you're right. Zeke got stopped. I won't argue that. He got stopped against the Broncos a couple years ago, too.
It
still was pretty damn good. It happens.
Good game.
Running backs ain't going to get 100 yards a game. That's not going to happen.
Right.
So
right.
I'll give him that up front. The Vikings are known for stopping the run. So it's not a surprise. It's not like we got stopped by some powder puff like KC or something that can't stop the run at all. That would be an anomaly. Then I would say, oh man, something wrong with Zeke. He can't get through these holes, right?
Yeah.
Now, the one thing that y'all said, yeah, they loaded up the box. This was one of the first. Well, the Jets did it, and the Saints did as well. But but most teams don't load the box on us this year. You know what that eliminates when you don't load the box against us? It eliminates the big play for Zeke. Zeke likes when you load the box because he sucks everybody in, pause, but he sucks all of your defenders up to the line of scrimmage. And if you make a mistake, Zeke sees daylight and he gone. You got to chase him up. You got to chase him now, right? We don't have that luxury this year because teams are keeping safeties back, or at least they're bringing safeties up and rolling them back once the play starts because Dak is able to execute in the air now.
Yep.
So when you have 2 safeties back, you're not running 50, 60, 70 yarders that often when you got two safeties back as your line of defense. When you have a blitzing safety, if you're able to catch them in the wrong look or in the wrong blitz into the wrong gap, or if you just get them blocked real well, you got him. It's over. It's a wrap. Zeke gonna eat. He can't
So
eat
what
as
makes
much.
him elite? What
He
makes
can't eat
him
as
elite?
much. He's used to seeing 10-man fronts, and he's used to that. And we're used to blocking through the Linehan. We were blocking half the field, so we would run to the opposite side of the blitz, or we would run right at the blitz. But we would pull our back end tackle or our back end guard to create numbers on the front side of that play. And then Zeke is either going to run it front side or he's going to cut it back. That's what he does, right? Against 10-man fronts. When you running out of the shotgun and you looking at two double high safeties, you're going to get 10, 15 yards on that play. But you're going to get ate up by them safeties eventually. You're going to keep getting caught. And that's what happens to Zeke now. So people say he's not as explosive, but it has nothing to do with his explosiveness. It has something to do with the way teams are playing us now. They keep safeties back and they keep their linebackers back because Dak is able to strike. If teams are stupid enough, and Vikings excluded because they've always been a zero coverage defense that relies on man cover corners. So they are built to do that the way we were built to do that when Zimmer was here. We have man coverage corners.
It's a Zimmer thing. He's a
he's good at that. But
he's one of my favorite coaches.
But any other team, most teams that are dumb enough, the Patriots can do it too because they have good man cover corners too. But teams that are dumb enough to keep loading 10 in the box against us, you're gonna see Zeke start to eat in the second half of the year. Period. And you can say he has one run above 20. I see Calvin talking about that, or whoever said that. Who said that? Dre, the great. He got one run above 20. That's true, but that's playing to my point. When you have safeties that are playing back because they're watching for the pass, and you're running out of passing formations, he gonna eat everything underneath because we're audible into plays to eat up that extra space. But Zeke's not gonna be able to get deep into the secondary when you got two safeties back.
Biggest example
Most running backs don't do that.
Biggest example of that, somebody hit me on the Twitter machine or whatever, and they was like, yo, Voch, remember that one play in 2016 was against Pittsburgh at the end of the game when Zeke broke a big one? We ain't seen one of them. Well, Pittsburgh had everybody on the damn line of scrimmage. you know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, that's like with my 8-year-olds when all these coaches blitz. And, they got a 6-man line and it's a 6-2 defense and then they blitz. Well, yeah, it's a house call because you have no extra line of defense.
What you going to do?
Yeah, right. I mean,
what you going to do? If you miss, if one of y'all miss, it's a wrap. And Zeke know that. He love that.
I think
he's never been a dude that's just going to run past everybody. When he was 215 his first year, that's when you seen wheels. And the only time I ever seen him split double high safety is when he was playing the Bengals. He had that that long 59-yard run against the Bengals, but he was 215 then. Zeke had to put on weight because of the amount of workload we put on him. You can't ask a dude that's 215 to carry the ball 400 times a year. So he had to put on some weight.
Nobody speaks about, what Zeke does for you in pass pro. Yeah. I mean, when Zeke misses a block, it's like it. That's how good of a pass protector he is. And that's huge as a running back. Some of these guys, I'll be honest with you, watching Saquon, I don't know how long his career is going to be, but if, year 2, you're already hurting the league, that's an issue.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's just being honest. So Zeke, I mean, I'm still saying for my money, he's elite. Law, let me ask you this. I want to ask, Law, let me ask you this. What makes you say no more elite?
I didn't
even say great.
I said that Ezekiel Elliott isn't playing at elite level.
He said
now,
above
even
average.
if you look at the yards that he's accumulating, he's playing actually better as far as a yards total than he did last year and the year before that. But what I'm talking about, is the explosiveness is still not there. He looked a little lethargic, a little slow in and out of his reads, and even in the backfield. Hey, I'm not trying to lie to kick it. The film speaks for itself. Pull out the explosive plays. And then on top of that, when you start to look at the film as it relates to what he was doing in his first year, in the second year, and the third, we are not seeing that.
Okay, I'll give you.
I'm just saying we're not.
I won't be a hypocrite. I won't be a hypocrite because I went off on Zeke on Twitter a couple times. However, I saw something in the Philly game. I saw more juice. Now, Okoye spot on, dog. That people don't understand how good that Minnesota defense is, dog. How good that team is. Like, yo, they have a formula. We are not gonna let Kirk Cousins dog.
So what you try to tell me is that the year that when we watched LaDainian Thomason play,
come on, how far you gotta go back there? Come on, man.
Adrian
When we
Peterson,
watched
he was
Michael
playing.
Jackson.
I was in 6th grade, Law. What are you doing? What are you doing?
What I'm saying is that those guys played it in an elite level for longer periods of time. We didn't
still
see
playing
these
elite?
type of look.
He's
The
still
season's not over with. What I'm saying is that he's still not playing at the level that I thought that my 90 million running back is playing. Should be able to play at.
You know what?
I got
So
money. You got once you get paid, baby, you know how it goes.
Yeah, you're like, Lee, you gotta do more for that 90 million.
But I tell you what though, Law, like I don't
see the difference.
like Law, but peep though.
He playing like he worth 400,000 right now.
But peep this out though. Zeke ain't he's never really gonna give us those numbers that he used to because Dak ain't the same quarterback that he's been. Brian in my chat box, shouts out to Brian. He says Cowboy fans want a 5,000-yard passer and a 2,000-yard rusher. It just ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And that make a lot of sense, man. So Zeke may not have the big plays like he used to, but I think that goes back to what Okoye said. Safeties ain't really they're not playing them the same because they got to play Dak different now.
Right. I'm gonna ask one question though, Law. Let me ask you this, right?
Talk to me, fam.
How good is Drew Brees? Is he good?
I mean, he's fantastic.
He's pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's above average, ain't he, Law?
Would you say that Alvin Kamara not elite? Would you say that he's not elite?
Well, when you look at this play and what he does out there on the field, he's more explosive. Yes.
No. Would you say that he's not elite? Is what I asked. Sir.
He's not elite. Yes, yes, he is.
Yes, he is elite. Right, but he doesn't get half of the yardage per year. Like he gets scrimmage yardage in the air, yeah. But as far as on the ground, he's never been in the argument as being like number one rusher in the league, right?
Well, when you look at it totally, and what the team is doing.
Oh no, why? It's only 100 yards on the field when you get on it, and that's if you starting at the 1. Right.
When you're talking about passing the ball too, catching the ball out of the backfield.
Passing the ball to Amari Cooper and Gallup. Look, Dak threw 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns for above 18 yards this week, right? One to Cobb, one to Coop, and one to Gallup, right? Yeah. That leaves how much room for touchdowns and yardage for Zeke in those in the red zone inside 20? It leaves 0 yards for Zeke because Zeke ain't got to do shit. All right. So some of that 47 was Minnesota. Some of that 47 was the 3 touchdowns that we got in the air that made Zeke's running irrelevant because we got it done in 1. We ain't need 3-4 carries, for an accumulation of 15 more yards to get there in the goal line and then smash it in there like we used to do. We used to have to do that. We don't have to do that. So the 30-yard game, the 30 carry games where Zeke thug it out for 30 carries and 100 yards and 2 TDs, those games ain't necessary. We don't do that no more. Yeah. Zeke got to get it in 15 to 20 or he ain't going to get it.
Oh, he ain't going to get it.
All right.
Well, you're not comparing apples to apples at that point, though.
Yeah.
Because they use 2 running back systems, and we don't even use 2 running back sets.
Okay. No, it don't matter if they use 1 running back or not. Like I said, that's why I brought Aaron Rodgers up first. Aaron Rodgers used 1 running back. Aaron Jones ran on us like we was in a one-legged man in the ass kicking contest, right? He ran all over us, right? But for the most part, he doesn't do that much. If he's that good to run all over us and he just disappears the rest of the year, why is that?
So
Aaron Rodgers got us. He got him.
So Alvin Kamara can't get us 2 yards if he was second and 2.
Zeke could have got us 2 yards if we would have ran in a big formation.
Mm-hmm.
And Connor Williams would have blocked his man, maybe. Maybe we would have got this.
So
that was Travis Frederick's block.
Kamara can't hit holes and scoop.
That was Travis Frederick's block.
Kamara can hit holes
and scoop. He can't hit holes and scoop.
So you telling me Zeke now in that same game that I brought up in the Packers game, I got film all up in my brain, and I know you do too, because I know you remember this. Law.
Thank you for tuning in to the Law Nation Film Session.
A man by the name of Smith, I forget which Smith, Zach Smith, one of those Smith brothers that's over there in the Green Bay, number 91, whatever one that Smith is, right? He hit Zeke. R94 is one of either 94 or 91, one of them motherfuckers. But they hit Zeke at the 5-yard line. Zeke carried a lineman into the end zone like a little boy. So you think you really sitting here telling me that was this year too. So you telling me that Zeke cannot get 2 yards? He can get 2 yards if he's running right at the line of scrimmage. Those plays were not on Zeke. You take your best player and you run them horizontally instead of towards the line of scrimmage when you need short yardage. That's dumb. But the reason I ain't snap about it is because, just like I said, these players are young pups that don't know how to kill. So is our offensive coordinator.
But this is that was
He a young pup.
that's
He
what I was
learned, though.
going to allude to. That's what I was going to allude to.
What happened when Garrett got criticized for not going for it on fourth downs? He don't stop going for it for fourth downs now. He go for it every time. Right?
Before you go into that situation again, that's what I was talking about earlier on my stream. I was saying that also we have to keep in mind that Kellen Moore, he was a quarterback's coach. And then he got transitioned over to being an offensive coordinator.
And who got better?
Being an offensive coordinator, we don't know what type of running plays that Kellen Moore knows how to develop and bring up and these sorts of things. It's still going to be growing pains. But what I was trying to say is this also. Maybe, just maybe, Kellen Moore don't know how to utilize Ezekiel Elliott in a sense. And that's what I said, that when we was talking about that Dak Prescott needed everything to happen in order to win games, is it now that Ezekiel Elliott needs everything to go right for him to run proper? You see, that's what I was saying. He need the tight end to hit well. He need the offensive line to do their job. That's what I was saying.
I don't think Zeke needs a perfect storm to play well. But it works a lot easier and a lot better when you actually have the defenders on the side of the line of scrimmage that they're supposed to be on if you're executing properly up front, which is on the opposite side. When they're playing in your backfield and you run a horizontal, those aren't plays that are designed to do anything for you. And Zeke's not going to transform his running game overnight. He's not a one-cut back. Zeke is a slugger. He can take it to the house, but he's a thumper that has speed and agility. He's not Alvin Kamara. He is not Christian McCaffrey. He's not those guys that are tweener wide receiver / running backs that are, or even Pollard for that matter. He's not. Those guys are not the same types of guys. Zeke is a different kind of animal. Okay, he's a different kind of animal. When you do, I wouldn't mind running up against Alvin Kamara straight ahead, right? Jaylon will tell you that, but you damn sure don't want to see Zeke running straight at you. I don't care if you're a lineman. I don't care if you're a linebacker, safety. You don't want to go head to head with Zeke. And when you hit him, it don't even matter. You will hit Zeke at the 2. Zeke will lunge with people on his back for 3 more yards. Every time he does that. He does it. You'll hit Zeke, he'll carry you, and then the rest of the team carry him into the end zone. We've done that on numerous occasions. He's still doing it now. Zeke is cut from beast mode cloth. They are not home run hitters always. They get their home runs from fucking you up and wearing you down, and we just don't run the ball all that much anymore. So we're not a run first team anymore, whether you like it or not. We've been that, and if we were that, you will start seeing those plays by Zeke. You know why? Because in that first half, when Zeke wearing you down, in the second half, don't nobody want to see Zeke no more. So it's like, hey, we done. And the other thing that you have to factor in, Zeke has been putting up yardage, right? Law, I could drop the mic on this right here, bro. Zeke has been putting up yardage, because I know you can't lie on this one, bro. And not that you're lying. I'm just saying, you can't deny this. Zeke's been putting up yardage, and we've been playing piss poor in the first half. So in the second half of games, we've been playing catch up, keep up, instead of close out. When you playing close out, Zeke gonna get the ball, and he gonna kill you. And he's still putting up yardage when we're playing catch up and keep up. That's not what running backs do. Usually when you put a running back down or put a team down in the first half, the running back is irrelevant because they're not running the ball in the second half. Zeke's still been getting yards, and that's what we've been dealing with almost this whole season. We've been playing like that. Now, if we've been playing the way we're supposed to play, which is score first, score early, then you won't have no problems with Zeke, because nobody wants to see Zeke in the second half when that's all we doing is running Zeke. And then we won't have the argument about why Pollard not getting the ball, because Zeke going to be tired of running into your ass. And then after you do that, we're going to have to pit Pollard in there. You don't got to do that when you're playing down. Everybody chilling. Everybody fresh. Pollard fresh because we throwing the ball.
We're gonna move on that. We're gonna move on that. Good dialogue, man. This why we the best in the business. We need more views. We need more views. We the best. One last thing before we get up out of here, man. Is this team still a playoff team? Do you see us winning enough games to make it into the playoffs? I don't know where all this faith in Philly came from all of a sudden, but there's a lot of faith in them. Do y'all think we can pull this off and make the tournament by week 17? I'm gonna let Foots go first because he's looking sleepy over there. We're gonna let him start and plug.
Girlfriend called him. She said, "You better kick your ass. You said you was playing jazz. This ain't no fucking jazz."
Where your drumsticks at?
That's funny.
Go ahead, Foots.
Nam yo no renge yo.
Go ahead, Foots. Then we'll let you go.
What was the last question? My bad, bro.
He was asleep.
I told you.
boy, Law and Koye to put you to sleep talking about
Nah,
these
hell nah, man.
But look though, y'all can't see this. Foots was asleep with his phone in his hand over his face,
hey, look, hey,
did that
Doc,
other night.
and
you know
didn't
that
and didn't drop the phone and hit himself.
These be some long hours, man.
I apologize, man. We're gonna be great.
No. Keep going. Well, no, because I'm still in it. What was we at?
We was talking about taxes and politics and shit. I don't even remember. Will this
We
team?
were talking about who
Hold
shot
on,
Hold on,
Ghost.
whoa, real
Who
quick.
shot Ghost?
Did we? Hey, go. Did we convince Voch that Zeke's still? Lord, that Zeke's still a good player? Or
Damn.
Well,
he really was
he
asleep.
missed all.
He woke up and said, Super Bowl.
Foots,
Well,
can
like
this
this, those convinced against their will is of the same opinion. Still.
Foots?
There you go.
What I'm saying is that, hey, Ezekiel Elliott is still a dynamic player. I just said that he wasn't all the way elite. So I'm gonna get
You said he was above average.
he
Lord.
ain't
Come on,
all
man.
the way
I'm
elite.
gonna give you he a not elite tattoo. You getting that tattoo. I'm giving it to you. It's yours.
Okay.
Look how I walk
okay.
away now.
Okay, brother Foots, is this
Back color.
team still a playoff team? Can we still make the
Oh,
tournament?
absolutely, yes. Without no hesitation,
Mhm.
the Cowboys can for sure go to the playoffs, and not only go to the playoffs, make a run.
Sure.
Seriously, like I'm dead serious. That's not. If this team couldn't, I wouldn't be. Like, first of all, what you let off with when it came to the players and Dak's play, that's the main reason. He can it's not enough good secondaries in the NFC, really. If he's gonna play ball like that, it's little things that we got to clean up. And you don't want to be playing your best football right now. We've been 13-3 and lost to the Giants. Went home. You see what I'm saying? So we get hot, I think we'll be in great shape.
The remaining teams we have on the schedule is the Lions, the Patriots, the Bills, the whack-ass Bears, the Rams, Eagles, and Redskins. Brother Koye, is this still a playoff team? Quickly.
100%, man. Like, there's been all you guys have to do is ask yourself one question. If your answer is yes, then you can't say we're not. Have we been in every game this season? Like,
No.
have these games in each game this season been in our hands to win?
Yeah. We was in all of them.
Some people may argue the Packers game.
Okay, so that makes us 8-1. Okay, so has every other game then been a winnable game?
Absolutely.
Sure.
And was the Packers game a winnable game?
Yeah.
It was winnable, yes.
Okay. So if all those games, every game, we haven't been outclassed, and we've been outcoached, we've been outworked, and we ran out of time, but we haven't been outclassed, meaning we shouldn't be on this field with you all year. The Eagles, for everybody who arguing that, Lord Brunson or whoever arguing that they gonna catch us or they got us or some shit's gonna happen again with the Philly shuffle or some shit like that. Listen, they got outclassed by us, 37-10. All right. So period. Do the Eagles always play us tough? Yeah, not this year. But at the end of the day, if we haven't been outclassed all year, how the hell can we not be able to make the playoffs? Now, if you say, are we a Super Bowl team? I don't know. If we grow up fast enough, we can be. But
see.
Playoffs?
Fair enough. Brother Law Nation, are we a playoff team still?
Well, I said that we were going to go 10-6, and we're still looking at the barrel of going 10-6. I think that this team can still rally together and pull things together and find ways to win these games. A lot of people think just because we are upset and just because we angry or frustrated, it's natural. You know, shame on a man that's not getting upset and not mad about how their team is performing out there. I respect people a little bit more when they are transparent. It's easier for somebody to sit back and say, well, you know what? Sunshines and rainbows, you see. I don't like the fact or the ideology of somebody pissing down my back and say, oh, it's just rainwater. It's just a little tint. That's the reason why that water is gold. You see? So my thing is I believe that we can have 2 more losses. And 2 more losses. I think we can win it all the way out. I think that we can still make it to the playoff.
I think we're gonna beat the shit out of everybody that we line up and play coming, because that's just my energy, man. And listen, man, people want to, you can pretend like the world is falling in front of you, man, but we only got 4 losses, man. we can turn this shit into 12-4 real quick. And like I said, man, once we get into the tournament, everything resets, and that the former life of the 2019 Cowboys won't even matter anymore. So, hey, man, keep dealing with your team, man. I totally agree with Law Nation, because even though I'm optimistic, I'm still human. Somebody asked me, well, shit, Voch, when's a good time to be upset? I was upset right at the end of the game, like right at the end when Eric Kendricks broke on the ball and batted it down, and Zeke rolled around on the grass 3 times. I was upset then. But I'm not going to be upset all week. I refuse to be upset all week. This team is too good for me to be upset all week, because we could have Freddie Kitchens. You know what I mean? We could be the damn Chargers. We could be, some terrible team. We're fine. We only got 4 losses. This ain't the end of the world. So like I said, man, until a team proves me wrong, we just gonna beat the shot of everybody else, and that's 12-4. That'll probably get us like the 3rd seed or something. So, with that being said, this is why we the best, fellas. This is why we the best. This hour and change flew by. It was freaking fantastic. But it was
30 minutes.
This was love, right?
But it was necessary, and I knew Fuss was gonna hang around. I just didn't anticipate him missing 45 minutes of the show.
I was taking that. That's it. See,
Fuss just
my bike punk. He's like, you ain't good.
Fuss just need 5 minutes. Fuss just need 5 minutes. He right back.
2 hours, bro.
Let's get these plugs out the way, brother Okoye. Tell the people where to find you, and they need to go watch your Leighton Vander Esch video and all that good stuff.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the plug, man. Y'all know where to find me. That's AKOYE Media on YouTube. Also Okoye Media on IG. Make sure you guys follow me there. If you want to talk, DM me. Let me know what type of videos you want me to break down. I definitely am back to my breakdown game. Got 2 computers now, so ain't no excuses. And I'm sitting here in my dining room. I kind of jerry-rigged my whole kitchen, but that ain't what you asked me, is it? At the end of the day, you can find me on YouTube under Okoye Media, and definitely check out the latest video, the Vander Esch vid. And if you want to support, you can support me on Patreon at Patreon.com/AKOYE as well. And definitely everything is appreciated.
The name of the video is Leighton LVE Vander Esch. Should he be starting at will linebacker? ? That
was a trick question. They ain't even understand. People start arguing with me saying, that I was trying to kill him. I said, will linebacker.
I was just gonna put him somewhere else. Like, I
should be starting at the Sam.
And he also coaches boxing and all that. He gonna coach me up one day. We gonna talk about that.
Man, you get up here, man. I got you, bro. I got you. I'll give you some. I'll give you some workouts. You'll be knocking everybody in Natchez out, man. They call you the Natchez bomber.
I'm already loud. Fuster King, tell the people about everything you doing, but all your music and your YouTube channel, your fantastic videos.
Hey, man. Just released some new tunes. So y'all check that out. Just released the EP called Jade. It's real like electronic. So I did that. Just won a championship with my 8-year-olds, best 8U team in Maryland, Bowie Broncos. So I'm real proud about that. We going down to Virginia Beach this weekend, playing at the Virginia Beach Sports Complex, or either there or one of the high schools out there, depending on the rain. And then obviously just breaking down football, man. I'm leaving early. I'm leaving late Saturday so I can get back and watch the 1 o'clock, because I never miss my boys.
There you go.
So, man, I don't get tired of this game. Even tonight was great, because it was good to hear everybody's opinions. And those were some really good numbers, Okoye, early on. That was some good stuff. And that's a good way for fans to think about it. You know what I'm saying? We all right, y'all. Like, it's fine. This team was 3-5 last year. Yeah. Y'all be all right. Yeah. So, thanks as always, Voch, and also a shout out to y'all, man, because just seeing, I don't know what's going on with Broadus, but I I do like the fact that, while we may not have the platform of .com, I like the fact that it's, it's four of us who nobody can tell us what to do.
Yeah.
Nobody tells us what to do.
I
Nobody
love
tells
that.
us. Yeah, nobody
I just
tells us.
fired myself from the Cowboys beat too officially. The podcast. I fired myself. The motherfuckers wasn't paying enough. But at the end of the day,
Man,
and they were trying to tell me what to do. Like, can you please stop cursing so much and don't smoke weed when you on live?
Holla
I
at
do
you.
what I want, man.
Holla at you.
Man,
Also,
listen,
Foots on that point though
Y'all
too.
came to
Foots.
me. I ain't asked nobody for no goddamn job.
See on that point too.
listen, and the fact that we do what we want to do. You know what I'm saying? And nobody tells us what to talk about.
Yeah.
And these guys get y'all content, man. This shit hard, bro. Like, y'all don't understand that. It's hard. So respect to all y'all, man.
Just on that same point though, Foots. I was saying on my post game live stream last week, I was looking at my numbers. I looked at brother Lawrence Nation's numbers. I looked at Okoye numbers. I looked at your post game work. We all had more live viewers than the .com post game stream.
Wow.
And that was individually. You know what I mean? Like just my show, just your show. You know what I mean? Like not even combined. Like they only had like 180 to like 250 or something, you know what I mean? And we was smoking that shit. We was smoking that. So we on our way, man. We just gotta remain, steadfast in, what we believe in and all that. Brother Lawrence, tell the people about you, where they can find you, your Dallas Cowboy legend interviews and all that good stuff. Tell them what's on the way.
Yeah, so far you guys can follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and also both YouTube channels that says Law Nation. Just type that into your Googles and you will see me on Twitter as well, and Twitch. I'm everywhere, man. But and also what's it called, Anchor. I'm on Anchor as well. That's another web site that I'm on everything.
Break
Man.
this down,
Shout out to Law. Hold on, I gotta cut you off. Shout out to Law Nation, man, because none of this would be possible without the Law, man. Like I started watching Law, man. Law is every fucking way. You the hustler's favorite hustler, man. On some real shit. Every hustler's favorite hustler. Find him everywhere. You're like, he said, where is he? He said you can learn more about asking where I'm not.
That's cool.
And that's what we need, because all of us cannot all agree on the same topic. Can you imagine, Cowboy Nation, Elijah, VTC, and Rodney Ellis that's in the house, and DJ Cobb and South of Heaven, and everybody that's live here? Can you imagine if everybody was saying, yeah, we was all
very quick and corny.
It'd be corny. So we
was soft. If everybody had hurt feelings, nobody get their feelings hurt. I love that about this show.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing, Okoye and Voch Lombardi and my brother from another mother, Foots the King.
Yo.
I hope that I'm wrong, because I said that, hey, I don't think that Jason Garrett can take us to the Super Bowl this year. And I hope that I'm wrong, because I can eat so much crow. Don't you know how much tears going to come off of my eyes? How long I'm going to be doing this stream, and I'm going to be like, hey, man, I was wrong. I was wrong on Jason Garrett. But I would be doing all of those things, man. But that will make us a family, though. That what makes us a family. That what brings us different, like you said, from the .com. Yeah. And did you guys saw how they let everybody go on 105.3 The Fan? They were firing.
That's why people talking about his openings over there. They can't keep up with us, man. We fucking them up.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's a fact, bro.
So with that said, though, like everybody that's listening to me right now, everybody that kind of hear my voice or whatnot, y'all should just put your faith in the right people. You know what I mean? I see in my chat box, I see in my Twitters all the time, man. And no slight to nobody else, but just people be in the chat box. Yo, y'all should go watch Brian Baldinger's breakdown. No, go watch Voch. Go watch Law. Go watch Okoye. Go watch Foots, because those guys are established. They got the backing. They got a whole network behind them or whatever. But it's something different about this grassroots thing, man. It's something different about these boots on the ground people, man. You know what I'm saying? Like when I do three films a week, that ain't the network people tap me on my shoulder saying, all right, Voch, put out a little 30-second clip breaking down 2 plays, and we'll just get we'll just get our little views and go on about that. We really have passion for putting out information. We not saying nothing we don't believe. You know what I'm saying? We not saying nothing we don't believe, nothing we hadn't said to ourselves. We cuss this team out in the mirror. We take our shirts off, flex and scream in front of the TV because we believe in what we believe in. You know what I mean? And you know, I would love for everybody listening to believe in us as much as we believe in us, and not just, you know, put all your faith in these people that, you know, they got to look at cue cards prior to them making their point, just so they're not saying the same shit as the person sitting across the table from them. You know what I mean? Like, everything we do, we disagree organically. So, you know, man, just you know, put your faith in us like y'all been doing, and just watch us grow. You know, watch us grow. So when we make it to the damn promised land, we look back at when we didn't have many subs, we can laugh at it. You know what I mean? It's a lot of subs at this table. It's a lot of live views. It's a lot of, you know what I'm saying? And we all got different people that come from, you know what I mean? Antoine Myers come from a Koye show to come watch me sometime. You know what I mean? Like I just,
Megatwine.
you know what I mean? I just
Twine?
recognize different people. You know what I'm saying? So everybody just kind of.
I see Rue Glock on here watching you too. There's a lot of dudes.
Rue Glock is a shooter.
Glock, my homie.
That's my guy. He's a shooter. Anyway, VOCHLOMBARDAIDI. That's Voch Lombardi everywhere, man. It's not the real Voch Lombardi, not nothing like that. Just everything Voch Lombardi. I've claimed everything. Instagram, Twitter, you know, YouTube, man. Also, man, like. And this for everybody too, not just me, but everybody at the table. Hit that little bell, man, so y'all know when we go live, because the views in the first few hours, that does better for the rest of the algorithm for us. You know what I mean? So if whether y'all sub into everybody's Patreon, because that matters too, you wouldn't even know that dollar's gone. If y'all can't put $1 in the Patreon, if y'all want a good free way to support us, man, just hit the like and hit the notification bell so you can watch the video when it first come out, opposed to you watching the video 3 days later. You know what I mean? That's all we ask.
And then share it.
Share the thing out, man.
Man, please, man, please give me some of that war cry.
I think I'm gonna do a hype video for this week. To this round table, I'm gonna put a breakdown over this one for you, Voch.
That's
I
what
got
I'm
you.
talking about. I'll be
damn
watching.
Damn it, Okoye, don't be putting down, goddamn it, Ezekiel Elliott, goddamn it.
Oh, you know what I'm about to
Don't be doing. I know
what I'm about to do, Law.
I already know Okoye gonna be taking my words and using it against
Law,
me.
let's not hinder his creativity, Law.
Ideas, bro.
Now I'm gonna get you back, sucker. If you do it, I'm gonna get you back now.
Oh my!
I can already tell Okoye.
Man, it's something we say in Philly, man. You better be able to stand what you do. So I can stand it.
You got to stand on that.
I can Okoye now. Law Nation says that Ezekiel Elliott is not elite. Watch Ezekiel Elliott.
I ain't gonna do all that. I don't like breaking down running backs for some reason. I don't like it. I'll do it, but I don't like that shit.
But peep this out though. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting everybody individually. Thank you for supporting us as a collective. Until next time, man. Y'all hold it down for the Doski Woski. The Peasky Whiskey has never cost you a dime. If you look at the door, there's a big basket full of free Peasky Whiskey for y'all to get. So pick y'all some of that up at the door. All right. Peace, y'all.
Salute.
Peace.
Cable bill was way too high. I reached out to affordablesticks.com. They sent me a Fire Stick, plugged that thing into the HDMI. Now I get unlimited shows, movies, and live TV. I'm a huge sports fan, so I love League Pass, Sunday Ticket, and I get the pay-per-view fights for free. There's something for the whole family. You can buy a Fire Stick for every TV in the house and still spend less money than you would on cable. That's affordablesticks.com. There's a link in my description. You should go click it. Cut the cord, man. The YouTube Illuminati is taking money away from your favorite content creators, and people often ask the best way to support the channel directly. I tell them that's subscribing to my Patreon. Just $1 a month would increase production and the frequency of uploads. Basically, that means more content. For less than a bag of almond M&Ms, you can support the channel, call dibs on requests for future videos, and you can have access to Patreon exclusive material like my throwback film sessions. That's patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. I appreciate the support. Doski Woski. Salute. After canceling my cable, I saved $2,400 this year by switching to Beast TV through channelsforcheap.com. Some people pay $200+ a month. I paid $120 a year, or you can go $15 a month if that's what's convenient for you. You get 2,500 HD channels. 1,000 of those are in English, and there are plenty other international channels, TV Guide, and we get all the sports. One of my favorite things is multi-screen feature. So if I don't know what I want to watch, I can tune in 4 different channels at one time that you can watch on 4 different devices, and it's available on Fire Sticks, smart TVs, tablets, and if you're on the go, you can watch TV on your phone. Hit the link in my description or go to channelsforcheap.com where you can get a free 7-day trial. That's a whole week for you to just sit down and play with it and see what you like about it, then come back and make a purchase. If you have any questions, go to channelsforcheap.com, hit this little button right here, and they'll respond to you immediately. That is channels4cheap.com. The link is in the description. I highly recommend it. Let's do it.